God, before I leave, listen, I have a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you, that where I am, there you may be also. And my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. And so if God says that, you can count on that. But then when you get here and you look in chapter 21 in the book of Revelation, we see that the Apostle John, while is still envisioned in heaven, and the church is already in heaven, and things have already been united through God in heaven, the enemy has already been defeated, and he has been marched off to the lake of fire and brimstone. Satan and his host has been marched off to the lake of fire and brimstone, and the unsaved folk have been brought before the great white throne of God and judged out of the books that God had laid before them. And as I said in the earlier service, how is it there's going to be over 1 billion people that God has before him to judge, and he has every name in the book, and it's not the same name, and he knows exactly who they are, and they have to give an account one by one on what they did and what they did not do, because he said unto them, he says, many of you say unto me, Lord, Lord, but I'll say, depart from me, because I don't know you. And he has said, because I looked in the book and your name was not found there. And then it says, but those whose name is written in the Lamb's book of life shall enjoy the good things that God has laid out for them. When you look in verse 5, here's a promise that God has made to the righteous. In verse 4, let's start there. And it says, and this, what he is saying there, are the things that you have encountered in life are actually going to pass away. If you had a day where there was nothing but crying, God is saying the day is going to come where you won't have to cry anymore. If you had a day where you had nothing but sorrows, God is saying the day has come you won't have to sorrow anymore. If you had a day where you did nothing but hurt, God is saying the day is going to come where you won't have to hurt anymore. And so when you go to verse 4, it says, and God shall wipe away every tear from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, no crying shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. When he says the former things are passed away, is I'm looking at myself in a new position. I'm looking at myself in a new capacity with the Lord, which means all that I went through has passed away, meaning I no longer got to look at that and expect that to happen anymore in my life. In fact, the Lord is saying this. Now look at this. These are my words. It's not written here, but let me just inject this. Let me do what we call an eisegesis. Let me put something in here. It's not there, but let me put it in here. What it says is, John said, I looked and I saw that there was old heaven and old earth were passed away. He moved the earth out of the way. He moved the heavens out of the way and set up a brand new earth and a brand new heaven. Meaning, in my words, whatever took place in that old earth is passed away. If there was death in that old earth, it passed away. If there was sorrow in that old earth, it passed away. And that's why you don't have to go back through it anymore, because the place where you were, where you experienced all the sorrow, has passed away. Okay? Let me explain it this way. How many of us in here, you don't have to raise your hand, have relocated because there was tragedy where you used to live? How many of us changed environments because the environment that I was in was just not good for me? Okay? I'm not getting help here. Y'all thinking. How many of us have had company that just was not good and you had to get new company? Okay, you're not getting it. How many of us had a job that we despise, although now I have one, but it's not there any longer, and now we're looking to go to a new job? Y'all understand what I said? So in other words, those things are former things. That's where I was. That's what I went through. But praise be to God, I'm not in that anymore. All right? Now, let me turn it around another way. How many of us really wanted God to move us out of that situation? We knew in our heart we should have moved, but we did not move and got evicted. How many of us have said, I need to to change, God. This is just too bad for me. And we refuse to change. There was something in us, inertia or something. We could not do it. And then they come and told me I'm fired. How dare they do that?
Come on. Come on, Pastor.
How they going to do that to me? Short memories? Didn't you pray to God? Lord, move me. Then the boss came and said, you fired. Now you mad at the boss. And then going through depression. You prayed the prayer. He answered the prayer, but he didn't answer it the way you wanted him to answer it. You wanted them to escort you. But they kicked you out and told you don't come back anymore. How dare they treat me like that? They don't know who I am. God said, get a life. You asked me to move you. You don't tell me how to move you. I moved you. I'm still not getting that. How many of us said, you know what, Lord, I really need to praise you more. I don't know how, but I just, in me, I just feel like I'm not praising you the way I know I need to. And inside me, I know I need to, but I don't know, I don't know how to make myself praise you more. How many have said, I need to read, but you don't read more, but you tell yourself you need to read more? How many tell yourself you need to do better? You know you need to do better, but you don't do better.
All right.
So God helps us.
Yeah.
He quakes up a storm way out in the ocean.
Yeah.
He hears our prayer.
Yeah.
And then he bypasses New Orleans, he bypasses Texas, he bypasses South Carolina, he hits a tip of North Carolina, send the storm all the way up to us and have it make a left turn signal.
Yeah.
And then decided to add some wind to it.
Yeah.
And all that talk, oh, I love Jesus, the week before couldn't stop us from praising God.
Yeah.
But when that storm came,
Yeah.
I ain't got a report yet
Yeah.
about anybody outside with their fists up, jumping, shouting, speaking in tongues, shouting, praising God. Everybody was hunkered down. Lord, keep my house. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus, Lord. Is this? Okay, let me go find a husband I hated, I never would talk to, but since I think I'm going to lose my life, okay, I love you. God, y'all ain't getting no help. And you sit at home and the storm just whipping and current on it. And I knew it because it got me too. Because I kept looking at the radar and I said, oh boy, she coming. And I'm bracing myself. Look, I got power to stop the storm from blowing me away.